Hey y'all, a couple weeks ago I told you about a plant that is often the cause of many people's allergies, but the leaf of which is actually a natural antihistamine. Let's see if we can see it's a little wilted. It's about 100 degrees out there right now. This is ragweed. Artemisia, no, Ambrosia artemisia ragweed. This is actually what causes most people's allergies that they blame on this. Goldenrod, solidago. Several species grow in America and Canada and all throughout. This is one of our most useful herbs. And most people, like I said, think it causes the allergies that are actually caused by ragweed. So most people absolutely despise this plant, even though it's relatively harmless. Very few people actually have any allergy to goldenrod. Of course, there are exceptions. Different people are allergic to anything. I wrote an article on chamomile last week, and someone said, "Oh, I wish I could use this herb, but I'm allergic to the entire aster family." So that's pretty hard if you're an herbalist, if you're allergic to all the asters, because so many of our herbs are asters. This goldenrod is what paints the hills as a beautiful golden color in autumn. And you can see it's just begun to blend. Now, if you're into wild foods, you may know that a tea is often made with the leaves. Very tasty, very good for you. But this plant has so much um, medicinal potency to it. Honestly, I'm going to get into the specifics of use here. This is one you want to keep around for colds and flus, for stomach upset, for bladder and urinary tract infections. So many things. Let's get into those specific uses. All right, I'm going to take a quick look at my notes. This comes from Plants for a Future. Medicinal use of goldenrod. Goldenrod is a safe and gentle remedy for a number of disorders. In particular, it is a valuable astringent remedy treating wounds and bleeding, whilst it is particularly useful in the treatment of urinary tract disorders, being used both for serious ailments such as nephritis and for more common problems such as cystitis. The plant contains saponins, which are antifungal and act specifically against the candida fungus, which is the cause of vaginal and oral thrush. It also contains rutin, which is used to treat capillary fragility, and phenolic glycosides, which are anti-inflammatory. The leaves and flowering tops are anthelmintic, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, aromatic, astringent, carminative, diaphoretic, mildly diuretic, febrifuge, and stimulant. Wow, what does all that mean? Well, let's see. This plant right here will help you get rid of worms and parasites. It's anti-inflammatory. It reduces inflammation. It's antiseptic. It kills germs. Aromatic. Got a nice, it's got actually a very nice fragrance to it. Astringent, which means it tightens tissue. Carminative means it settles your stomach. Diaphoretic means it helps break a fever. Mildly diuretic, which means it helps your body get rid of excess fluids. Febrifuge, again, helps with a fever. Usually that's more by lowering a fever. And stimulant, good vulnerary herb. That means it's good for wounds. It is also proved of value and used internally in the treatment of urinary infections. Chronic catarrh, that means congestion basically. Skin diseases, influenza, whooping cough, bladder and kidney stones. Due to its mild action, goldenrod is used to treat gastroenteritis in children. It makes an excellent mouthwash in the treatment of thrush. The plant is gathered in the summer and dried for later use. Seed is anticoagulant, astringent, and carminative. A homeopathic remedy is made from the plant. It is used in the treatment of kidney and bladder disorders, rheumatism, and arthritis. So, this is one of those common weeds that you probably were taught to despise, which is good for everything from colds and flus to eczema to kidney stones to bladder infections, etc., etc., etc. It's good for fevers. This was one of the most common, if you look in any of the old Native American and early American herbal books where they were getting a lot of their information from Native Americans. This was one of the go-to remedies for most of the colds and minor ailments that Native Americans suffered before we introduced more powerful viruses. it's still incredibly useful, and it's such a beautiful plant. I mean, you can make such a nice, if you're into flower arrangements or something, you can put this in a vase and then, maybe some other flowers around it. And people would probably freak out and say, "Why do you have goldenrod in the house? You're going to ruin my allergies." And you say, "No, this is actually not going to bother your allergies. This is actually anti-inflammatory and is good for your throat and your sinuses. But this ragweed, on the other hand, will if you let it flower. Pick it before it flowers, dry the leaves, make your tincture or tea, and it is a good antihistamine. And these two combined, which grow usually right beside each other, I literally pick these plants within feet of each other. They are so complementary in their actions. The Well, like I said, you want to pick the ragweed before it flowers so you don't have any allergies. You put these two together and you've got a great cold and allergy remedy. So remember that, and yeah, don't despise the beautiful flowers. God gave us such a beautiful world, and we need to take a little time to appreciate it more. All right, y'all, have a good one, and I will see you next time.